He's going up there.
I feel like I'm sitting mad low all the time.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Boys and girls,
welcome to TJ's Top 10 Teams Week 4 edition.
it's about to get spicy.
Let me just say,
Oh boy.
these don't get easier. They do not. I was like, hey, week one is what week one is. But look, I'm confident in my top 4, maybe 5, but 9 through 6, what happened?
You're confident 9 through 4?
No, I'm confident in 1 to 4.
1 to
5, I'd say okay, but then 6 to 9.
But are you a jumper?
Dude, there's one.
TJ's a jumper
There's
today.
one. No, there might be 2 teams that I
wrong with
think
that.
are jumpers.
Ain't no wrong with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with it unless if you call everybody a jumper otherwise.
That's what crossed
So you
my
can't
head.
do it yourself.
That's what crossed my head when I made it. I was like, am I a jumper?
He's a jumper. I knew he's going to be a jumper this
Hey,
episode.
number 10.
Number 10.
They did not move.
They didn't move.
The Minnesota Vikings.
Okay.
They beat the Lions.
All right.
It wasn't impressive. It came down to the wire. But I still think they're a top 10 team.
I agree with that. I mean, I look at the Lions putting up over 30 points a game so far, and they held them under 30. Yeah. Good job. And they came back.
The defense concerns me.
The
a little
Vikings
bit.
defense
Yeah,
is a
that's-
concern.
Yep.
There's
Dalvin
actually
Cook's out.
another concern for me now, though, too.
Oh.
Dalvin Cook is
Oh yeah.
hurt now, so
Yeah.
they could be out of the top 10, but Madison's
They say Madison's one of the best backups in the league.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
say he's all right. I think he's overrated.
he
to be
could hold
honest.
his
He worked.
other.
I
thing
mean,
that
we've
was-
seen a lot from him, and he's had some good. He had some good games whenever he subbed in for Cook, and he had some not good games. So
other
just
thing
saying.
that worries me is Justin Jefferson is not performing.
2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row.
weeks.
I was
Is
gonna
it
say
2
after,
weeks
I
in a row?
don't think
after
he's
that-
100%. I think he got hurt or like kind of banged up during the Eagles
I
game.
think he is 100%. I don't know what's going on with him.
I mean, he's just getting triple teamed.
Because there's 2
After
weeks
that
in a
first
row.
game, dude.
Yep.
Hey, dude put his target on his own back by saying he's going to
He
be
did.
better than Devontae Adams. So guess what? You're about to find out the hard way, young buck.
I don't know. Devontae
Yeah,
Adams has
Devontae
been
Adams
better.
did
Yeah.
well.
Devontae
Yeah.
Adams hasn't done much either.
But he's
got
done
a
more than
touchdown
Justin
this week,
Jefferson.
though.
He always scores touchdowns.
Yeah.
It's not
His
his-
yards
I
and
don't
catch
think it's
receptions
his
aren't
fault.
there.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
All
Well,
All right, I'm cool with it.
Oh my
Whoa,
god!
where were they last week?
they were number.
That's jumping.
They were
dude.
number 4. They were number 4.
Oh, that is jumping.
Is that jumping? There should be a different word. Jumping off a cliff.
I don't hate it.
You can call it skydiving.
Tell them the stat that we were talking about in the car.
So we were talking in the car this morning on the way to grab breakfast, and in the first half of games, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have the least amount of points in the NFL in the first half of games. They have yet to score a touchdown
Yeah.
in the first half
They're all field goals.
of any game.
They're all field goals.
Less than the
3.
Steelers.
Yes.
Less than the
The
Panthers.
Steelers in the first half of games,
Holy
even
crap.
better. It gets better. The Steelers are 19th.
Yeah.
That is how difficult it is to score a touchdown this year on offense.
The Bucks, they go down the field and they kick a field goal. I've noticed that the first 3 weeks now.
At what point is it concerning? Because they don't have their
I
targets
think-
that aren't there.
It-
But
They didn't have them,
It
though.
got concerning this week
That's-
when they scored exactly 12 points.
That's what I'm saying. This is
12.
Well, here's the thing with that is like Aaron Rodgers put butter on the football because they were
He what?
fumbling all over the place.
oh wow, I love butter.
but the Packers weren't fumbling, were they?
Not that I.
Aaron Jones did have that one. Yeah,
To be
that,
fair,
that was
a heck of a
critical.
play.
That was a
It's
that
heck
was
of
a
a
critical
play by
point.
Vita Vea to make that play. Though.
It's
That
just
was sick.
like week 1, everybody was so down on the Packers because they got destroyed. But week 1 is always
I think
terrible.
the
for
Packers
Week one's a
Packers.
crapshoot.
are about to be an overhyped team because their schedule the next few weeks are so easy. They could probably be 6-1 in the coming weeks.
Well, speaking of the Packers, I got them number 8.
Oh boy.
I had to put them ahead of the Buccaneers just because they beat them.
Yeah.
And
Man.
I at first I had the Bucs still ahead of them, but then I was like, the Packers did just straight up beat them.
But I don't even know if you can really say that the Packers won,
They won.
but did they beat them?
Tom Brady is
I would
always
say yeah.
That's
clutched
what I'm-
up.
I don't think
took
a
it down the
2-point
field,
game-
scored when they had to.
but they didn't win.
No, I know.
I don't think a game that had like a 45-point
I don't have
over
Packers
under
as a top 10
that
team
had a
right now.
total
Oh
of
really?
26
I actually
points.
think the Packers maybe should be a little bit better than number 8.
Oh,
That
don't.
offense is just inconsistent. It struggled against Minnesota. Granted, that's week 1.
Minnesota
Week 2,
is the outlier.
Week 2, you go against the Bears. Yeah, you do fine. You do
Well, of
perfectly
course,
fine.
yeah. I need to see a
then-
little bit more, but the Buccaneers have one of the best defenses in the NFL. They should.
And they didn't do it.
And
I mean, the
didn't do it against
defense.
Packers.
The defense wasn't what
correct.
lost
But
the Buccaneers.
has any team done it this year versus the Buccaneers?
Look, this is the Packers schedule, okay? They got the Patriots next week.
That's
With
that's
with
no
what,
walk in
Brian
the
Hoyer or something like that?
Come
Come on.
I said Mac Jones is there. I ain't calling that a walk in the park, but
He's out.
with
He's out.
Hoyer, with
I wouldn't call
Hoyer,
that a walk in
yeah,
the park
sure.
either.
The
no.
Giants after that. Which,
That's not a walk in the park.
really either, I guess.
I
But
would
then they
say
got
it is.
Giants are
then they got the Jets, and then they got the Commanders. I feel like this team is going to be. I don't know.
I mean, I thought this was a playoff team from the beginning of the season.
It's like-
I think this team has one of the best
I
defenses
thought they'd
in the
be a
NFL.
wild card team possibly. Right now I don't think they're a top 10 team.
I
right
think
now.
this is the opportunity these coming weeks for the offense to figure it out, though. For Green
Yeah.
Bay. Like this is where you figure it out, get everybody on the same page.
Here's the thing about the Packers. They pick up one wide receiver in free agency. Everybody's hopping on because the rest of their team's very good.
Yeah.
The whole rest of the team is very good. Rashawn Gary has stepped
That
up and is
defense-
one of the
that
best
defense
pass
is
rushers in
something
the
special.
NFL
I tell you
now.
what, that defense is something special.
They
That's
are.
why this is
that's
so
why
tough.
everybody
Like,
is
they
down on the Packers because of
saved
their
them.
wide receiver situation, which it is
Rightfully
bad.
so. I mean,
It is bad, but if they can get one guy to figure it out,
If the
or pick
two-headed
somebody
monster
up,
of A.J. Dillon and Aaron Jones can keep getting it done for them, they'll be fine.
something
Yeah.
to rely on.
They could
That's-
hop up in the coming weeks, I think.
It's just their schedule upcoming. I'm
That's-
like, man, this team's about to be over.
They're about to be-
hyped.
You could say they're going to be overhyped. I still think they're good.
I-
Though. I really do think they're. A
I
good
think
team.
they're literally going to win the division based off the fact that Minnesota can't get anything done right now.
If you had the
It's gonna
Bucks,
take time.
if you had
Minnesota
the
should be 1 and 2.
if you had the Bucks ahead of the Packers, I wouldn't be mad. Like I think they're both 8 and 9 teams. Like
But you don't do that, TJ.
I don't do that.
I don't know, for how defensive of a game that was, and like Tom Brady still did clutch up and have that crazy drive.
It came
at the
down to a
end.
2-point
I mean,
conversion. You're right. That is another thing. That's why I'm saying I don't really feel like the Packers necessarily beat them.
the Bucks were just fumbling all over the place. I mean, the receivers were just freaking terrible.
Well, I mean, those are also receivers that realized they had to play like a
Yeah, I
day and a
know.
half before the game.
Yeah, I know. But
All right, let's go number 7. Another unsure team, the LA Rams. They played the Cardinals. It was 20-12, I believe.
Oh yeah, that game didn't seem that.
They kind of handle the Cardinals.
that
Yeah.
game wasn't that great at all. They always handle the Cardinals. For
And
whatever
this is a one where it's kind of like everyone's kind of unsure about the Rams because they've lost. Everyone's kind of unsure about the Cardinals because they had that big comeback.
The
So
only
it's
thing
like
about the Rams I have is Matthew Stafford throwing picks every other day. Like,
I'm pretty sure about
that's
the Rams. I think
literally
the Rams
par
are just
for
a
the course for
playoff
Matt
team.
Stafford.
I think so too. It's I just need to see more consistency out of them. Which I mean,
I think you'll see
Can I-
more
can I be
consistency.
I think
honest?
so too.
Somebody has to fight with the Eagles right now in the NFC.
can
Like
I-
who's it going to be?
And I thought it was the Bucks, and I don't think it will be the Bucks anymore.
I got to be perfectly honest with you.
Say it.
I don't hate where you have these 3 teams.
Mm-hmm.
I'd probably put the Rams below the other 2.
I don't hate that either.
It's a bit of a toss-up.
Yeah,
I just
I-
like the Buccaneers defense more.
I was gonna say I still like the Bucks. And
I mean, it's not fair to knock the Bucks too hard because
No.
what they're playing without
and I
right
think
now.
the other
but-
thing is like the Buccaneers have more players on every position and have more depth on their team. The Rams do not have depth anywhere. If let's say Bobby Wagner went down, can you name me the backup middle linebacker for the Rams?
Yeah, but they did it without a middle linebacker
That's just the
last
point I'm
year.
trying to make. There is so much depth on that Buccaneers defense. It is crazy.
All right.
I just think that
Number 6, the Finns.
I probably would have put them a little higher than that. but
So this
I don't
is
hate
this
it.
is tough
I actually
because
like that.
I had him.
I
I had
actually
him
like
at. Oh, was it? I think I had him at number.
I might have them a little bit
9.
higher.
I had him at 8 or 9, and I
So
don't know,
let me
I-
ask. So like, are you scared to jump up like too high because
I'm
they did beat the best team in the NFL?
but I believe if the Bills would have got that spike, I think the Bills would have won. Which
but they didn't.
they didn't, and
that's what you would say, but they didn't.
they did.
Still
No,
would
they
have
didn't.
been a
Also,
very long field.
That's why I moved him up.
Saying it, Josh Allen needs to take care of the ball more. He had a
Yep.
fumble, which led to the Miami getting a touchdown, like within because it was in their own 20.
Yeah.
The dude turns the ball over every week. Yeah, they're
Josh-
still dominant, so kind of I feel like it gets looked past because they dominated the past few weeks.
You know what though?
But that's
too?
part that gave Miami like 7 points. He's just gonna need to take care of the ball more. That is a concern of mine. for him.
I'm still not ready to jump on the Fins fully yet.
I
And, like,
kinda
putting
get
them up-
that, but they beat the Ravens and then
but they beat the
Bills.
Ravens
You wanna
with
hear a
one
stat real
incredible
quick?
quarter, and they beat the Bills with getting dominated statistically.
Here's another stat for you.
Yeah.
Since Robert Hunt scored a touchdown last year, you know what the Miami Dolphins record is?
What?
11-1.
11-1. Wow.
It's like,
It's all because of him, huh?
I'm saying from that moment they were.
because like I had them, I think it was 9 last week. It was 8 or 9. I'm sorry, I don't remember, but I did move them up a significant amount, which, and it's hard to say I'm not jumping on the Fins with having them at number 6, but
I kind of like what you're doing now because the wins that they've had were good wins versus good teams.
right.
But like I said, the Ravens was an incredible fourth quarter. The
And they
Bills
got beat
game,
up
if
by
you
the
look back on it, I
There's-
mean, and statistics only mean so much, but the time of possession,
That was like
the
cut- it was
yards,
over half
the
the time.
first
The
downs.
other thing is the other thing is you also look at the fact that Josh Allen missed a wide open pass in the end zone from 1 yard out, which led to the whole punting thing and then all that craziness. So I mean,
The game could have went either way. I mean, it was a really
Yeah.
good game that lived up to the hype, and even though you have the the Dolphins at 6, and I agree with it. I want to see what teams are ahead of them first, but I'm not ready to just jump completely on that hype train yet. But they're playing better than I thought that they would because of my questions of Tua. But Tua's been playing well.
yeah. The biggest takeaway from that game the other day, though.
By the way, Logan, you are looking very attractive today. Oh my gosh,
Thank you. Go Falcons.
I'm so sorry.
The one thing to take away is that Miami, if you play them at home, you better drink a lot of water.
That was the hot.
Oh, it
one.
was
That-
hot. It was
that-
hot in Tampa, too.
I would honestly say that Miami's home field advantage might be better than Green Bay's.
As long as their players are equipped
Yeah,
to
right.
withhold the weather.
It was so. I mean,
They're only going to have this
adjusted to it.
weather for so much longer, though. with
I know,
fall
but like
rolling around.
earlier in the season, like that's a huge step up. I mean,
well, they got those hurricanes coming in, dude. They'll be
that's
all right.
probably why it was so flipping hot because of the humidity. I'm telling you.
I think any team 6 through 9, it could go either way.
Yeah.
And I do think the Dolphins would most likely beat the other 3 teams. That's why I have them at the highest, obviously. But,
I'm interested to see if you got the Ravens up in here.
well, number 5. I do.
Oh, there
Still
it
got
is.
the Ravens below the Dolphins,
Ahead of them.
ahead of them.
Yeah, that one, like I said, I could flip-flop those and I wouldn't hate it.
Dude, I like the Ravens. The Ravens defense is like kind of worrying me a little bit, dude. That's
but
second.
It's also banged up. It's also
I
really
know,
banged
but
up.
man,
But
they
they're
let up
up.
some
They've like
yards,
three,
man.
What is it, 3 or 4 corners that are hurt or whatever?
Yeah, but it's the,
I mean, they right now, in my opinion, they have the MVP on their team.
I know.
Lamar Jackson.
like
Lamar
he
Jackson-
is
don't even
playing
think-
insane.
I mean, it's between him and
Imagine-
Jalen Hurts, and I mean, I guess you could throw
Imagine
two in there, I
history
guess.
repeating itself. For example, the Ravens didn't pay Joe Flacco before that Super Bowl year.
Oh,
And then they were forced to pay him how much more?
Oh.
Almost 200 mil?
You're saying they didn't learn their lesson?
They didn't, bro.
They already
Pay
didn't
the
learn
man.
it.
I'm
They
telling
literally
you.
already didn't learn
I
their lesson.
hated
If Lamar
on the
Jackson
fact-
sat out for the rest of the season right now, he would be the highest paid player in
Probably.
the NFL next season.
I'm telling you,
Someone would-
I was
anybody
so-
would
He
beat
should
him.
do that. No,
I
He
was
should do that.
so-
He's like, all right, you know what? I
He
did.
absolutely should do that.
He's like, all right, you know what? I did enough. I'm just gonna chill now.
I was
he
so
did. He 100%
big
did.
on Lamar not taking the contract. Like, I hated it. I hated it so much because it was so much money. And then he goes and does this through the first 3 weeks. And it's not like it's against crappy
Hey.
teams either.
Someone should talk Lamar into that. That'd be funny. That'd be awesome.
I
would
mean,
be
hey, his
cool.
mom.
From a Steelers fan's perspective, but like
Yeah,
he
it was.
literally has done everything he needs to.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Like
he's balling out.
that. The other thing is too, if they don't have Lamar, I don't have him at number 5. Absolutely
Have
not.
Lamar. They're not even in the top 10 for me. I don't
Yeah.
think.
No.
I don't even think they're in the top 20 without Lamar, let's be real.
That's
That's aggressive, but all right, maybe.
Kidding.
I wouldn't hate them being at number 6, but I don't know. They
Just
won.
because the Dolphins beat them.
They should
They
have won
did.
that game against the Dolphins.
But
The
they didn't.
defense let their foot off the gas.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Again, it doesn't get any easier. But number 4 through 1, I'm pretty
That's
confident.
definitely the Dolphins is the one that people are going to be most upset about for sure.
4, I got the Eagles.
I probably would have had them higher, but
TJ, you.
we'll see where you're at.
What?
Why?
Why
are they
what?
so low?
Low? They're,
the
at
best
number
team
4.
in the NFC.
TJ.
Okay,
TJ.
that's I agree with you.
Who the freak? Oh my gosh! Wait, who the heck is higher
If
than
you
them?
have a team that is less than 3-0 at the top of here, I will walk out of this segment right
There's
now.
only 2 teams that are 3-0.
Yeah.
So, and the Dolphins have already been used.
Okay, well,
I said if
what did you
we
mess
can
up?
bring up the debate. Go number 3. This is probably going to be the team you guys don't think, the Chargers.
Oh, TJ.
You don't think
They
it's
got dominated by the Jaguars, dude.
I like the Chargers, but not right now. I can't. I know.
They got dominated by the Jags. That game wasn't even close. And they got some injury problems now, too.
Are you kidding me?
out of here.
Wow, I actually can't believe
You
you
got
did
the
that.
Chargers above the
I was
Eagles.
so-
Oh, that's
Really?
You know,
I
the,
was
you know the
so
Chargers are
happy
with
1
your
and 2,
list.
right?
I know.
And then you pull this? They lost to the Jags.
No, they didn't lose. Frank.
got
they got
blown
bent
out.
over.
They
got
literally-
bent over.
Justin Herbert is
So-
hurt. They have no wide receivers. Keenan Allen is coming back this week,
It's a guy
who
who tore
probably
his
still
ACL.
won't play.
They lost an offensive
Austin
lineman.
Eckler, I don't even think got 40 yards the other day.
So would you be okay if it was Eagles 3, Chargers 4?
No,
No, I.
I wouldn't have the Chargers in the top 10 right now.
Oh,
That's aggressive.
They're-
Well, you
they're
know what?
1 and 2.
Yeah, you know, I mean,
Yeah, they're 1 and 2.
I
that's
mean,
aggressive in my
That's
opinion.
aggressive.
But
But
it's
they
not
do
that
have
great.
some injury issues. They definitely
Joey
do.
Bosa's
Wow.
hurt significantly. They lost their star left tackle for
Yeah.
the year.
This was unexpected.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Dude, come on,
If they're
bro.
if they're anywhere just based on their defense, if they're anywhere, maybe 10.
The Eagles, like, they had 9
They
sacks
cannot
against
be
the
at 3 if
Commanders.
they're
dude.
1
the
and 2.
Eagles are dominating.
I
I'm-
really, dude, Eagles
I
to me
don't-
are 1 or 2, dude.
I don't
You
hate the
cannot do
Eagles being ahead of the Chargers. You guys talked me into it. I would put the Chargers below the Eagles. I would have Eagles 3, but I don't think I would put the Chargers
I'm
much
concerned
lower
with
than
the
4.
Chargers just because of their
that. Dude,
injuries.
the
Not even because
Chargers,
of that loss. It's just the injuries that they're
the
starting to
Chargers
have.
had so much potential this year.
They still do.
They still do.
What are you
They
talking about?
gave up 38 to Jacksonville.
Yeah, but
Are we?
every
okay,
team has that
should,
game.
I don't know. Should Jacksonville be getting some respect now, though? Their defense
Yes!
has
Yeah,
been
because
looking
of
pretty
the
good
division
every-
that they're in. That's why.
Give them a little bit. I mean, look what
'Cause
they
they-
did to the
Well,
I
Chargers.
said, yeah,
And the
I said
Colts.
yes, because of the division that they're
Jacksonville
in.
shut out the
They
Colts.
could win that division. Is what I'm saying.
38 to 13 against the Chargers. And what they do week 1?
They lost bad.
They did.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
guess
yeah.
what we've been saying? Week 1's always a crapshoot.
I know, but that's why it's so difficult because the Jags lose so
This
bad
shouldn't
week
have been
1
difficult.
and they suck, and then they blow out the Colts, and then the Colts go out and beat the Chiefs. So it's like
But the Colts
You
got
know?
back their 3 best defensive
So
players.
my thing about that game was,
I think the Chiefs and Colts game. I respect the Chiefs should have won that game, but that was fluky the way I see how that game ended.
how it ended. Yeah, but the Colts defense played really well.
That's what. I
Man,
mean, I give
but-
respect to the Colts for beating them, but
I just
I don't-
But to the Chargers and Jaguars coming into that game with Justin Herbert banged up, I wouldn't have been surprised if their offense didn't do much. It was the Chargers' defense that was the disappointment.
yeah,
Like, I expect them to perform well. But then again, they didn't have Joey Bosa, right?
no.
they lost
A little
halfway
bit.
through
I was
the
gonna say,
game,
he-
but by
he
that
got
point
hurt.
they'd already given up 21 points.
That was really the disappointment was the defense. I wouldn't have been surprised if the offense didn't do well with
Dude,
no Keenan Allen
I'm
and Justin
sorry.
Herbert injured.
I can't have them at 3. Not
I-
a chance.
I would bump them down to 4, but I don't think I
They're
would
out
put
of my
them
top
much
5.
lower.
But okay, what is
They're in
the
my top
main
10, but they're out
reason-
of my top
The
5.
main reason out of everything we just talked about that you have them at 3.
In my opinion, they're still a good team.
That
They're
didn't
still
answer
a
my
great team.
question. Just telling me they're a good team did not answer the
Hey, that's
question.
what
What
you say to me.
specific
Huh.
reason?
That's what you say to me all the time.
What
What?
specific?
I was gonna
I
say,
think
you
they're a
can't-
good team,
But
and
they're
then you're
losing,
like,
dude.
What specific reason?
Dang, TJ, come on,
Offense,
dog.
defense, special teams, stats, anything. Give me something specific that makes you still believe in them.
Their roster. Their roster.
Their
Thank God.
roster's hurt.
Okay, but you're only hurt for so long. They're gonna come back. They're gonna start
Several of
winning.
them are hurt for months.
Yeah, the left tackle's gone. Guyton's gone.
Joey Bosa is
Yeah,
probably
but
done
what
for
is-
6 weeks.
Okay.
That's their best defensive player.
Okay.
J.C. Jackson's been hurt twice already in 3 games.
When's he come back?
I don't know. They're
Pretty-
still monitoring him. I think he's week to week.
Pretty soon. Pretty soon.
Derwin James is like made of glass bones and paper skin. Somehow he hasn't been hurt yet.
Hold
I
on.
don't know about that. I don't know
Somehow
about that one.
Somehow he's the one
Too
who
far,
hasn't been
Too
hurt.
far.
Yeah,
All right.
dude, come on now.
All right.
still
What,
got
what
Khalil
else?
Mack.
What else? Oh, Justin Herbert is probably going to have broken ribs for the rest of his
that's
season.
No, he probably isn't.
That
is
is the
concern to me.
other
I just
thing.
think about when Drew Brees.
13
Granted, he was
points.
old as dirt, but man, remember when he
But,
broke all his ribs?
dude,
He was just
He
was it.
He was told he was week to week, and here he is playing 10 days later. He's
Yeah,
not
a
able
week.
to throw the ball right.
10 days is a week.
Week to week with broken
over a
ribs.
I said it's over a week.
Austin Eckler
It's
is
not broken
underperforming.
ribs. You wouldn't be playing with broken ribs.
It's broken ribs.
No, it's not.
It's broken ribs.
It's like
it's
it's like
broken rib
fractured.
cartilage, which guess what?
Broken rib cartilage is not broken rib.
Is he able to throw the ball very well?
regardless.
Yes!
No, regardless.
Clearly not, because he
I was
only
gonna
scored
say-
13 points.
Yeah.
He can still sling it.
Oh,
A
get
little
outta
bit.
here.
I mean, he's definitely banged up. I mean, he's not
So again,
The whole
fully
team
there.
is banged
besides
up.
the roster
I-
now, what specific reason?
dog.
Because I just proved you wrong with the whole roster bit.
You didn't. Prove
I mean,
me
even
wrong.
with
You
the
just-
injuries, though, like
This is not a good team.
it's
Yes, it
not a
is,
good
dude.
team.
When you
You
gotta
are-
play the
Hey, you
Chiefs-
want to talk about a jumper? Jumper. Is your name Frank or Bunny Rabbit? Because you jumping,
You
dog.
put a 1-2 team at 3.
But what is he jumping
A
from?
3-0 team that has
Saying
dominated their
they're
competition, has the top offense and top defense in the league technically right now. You put it 4.
Yeah, 3 and 4 are not that far
They're
apart.
1-2.
Who?
The Chargers.
The Chargers are 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Chargers are 1 and 2.
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were saying they're a 1 or 2 team.
no, they're 1 and 2.
No, I know, dog. It's week 3.
Okay, how long are we going to use that though? Like, oh, it's only this week.
Like, it's
I mean,
so
But I'm
good.
saying it's
You
been
gotta-
like. Do I put the Jags ahead of them because they're 2 and 1?
No, I'm just
Okay,
saying
so why are you
don't-
gonna say they're 1 and 2?
I'm saying
How are
you
the
don't
Jags
put
not
a
better than
team-
them? The Jags have a better
I'm
roster.
saying
They're
you
not
don't
hurt.
Put a 1 and 2 loss.
So do I put a 2 and 1 team there, Frank?
Probably you could put some.
So I could put the Jags at number 3.
Should be at least at 3.
Okay, I don't disagree with that.
Then why do you have them at 3?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm on Frank's side on this one, dude.
So you agree that the Jags should be number 4?
I don't agree.
No.
with that,
Okay,
but
so
like,
then
the
quit saying a
Eagles should
1
be
and
at
2
3.
team. If the Chiefs were 0 and 3, dude, I would still have in my top 10.
Why?
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Just because a team
I'm gonna keep that
necessarily
in the back of my
loses
pocket
game
whenever he said that.
doesn't necessarily mean they're worse. Do you think that the Colts are better than the Chiefs? Answer that.
No.
Okay,
I think they
exactly.
won one game against them.
Okay, so I think
I just really can't fathom why you'd put a team that has 1 win and 2 losses
because I
when
think
one of
it's-
those losses is to the Jags by 25
okay,
points.
then I'm gonna put the
at
Chiefs
3.
at number 9
no,
because
it's
they lost to the
that-
Colts.
It's that,
That's
but
a 1 and 2
also
team.
their injuries too. That's what
Like,
you
there's
really
so
gotta
much
take
that's
into
against
account.
them
And
right
their
now. I just
schedule
don't
is tough.
Yeah, their schedule is one of the toughest in
And
the league
I
right
think
now.
that they will prove you wrong. I think that they will win.
And I don't
they
think
will bounce
I
back.
don't think they'll do good until
I mean-
Justin Herbert is fully healthy.
Okay, and we can only
And we
see
can
with
agree to
time.
disagree
not
on
even
that,
not
but
even
I
just him, dude.
I'm just saying I don't like them at 3.
All right, well, we'll
I think the
freaking
Eagles
see.
are better than
Again,
the Chargers right now.
I don't disagree with that. The Eagles can go there, but
Let's
I
go to
don't
number
put them.
2.
I don't
Let's go
put
to
them
number
any
2.
lower.
Let's go to number 2.
Chiefs,
Yeah, see the Chiefs. I don't know. They should have dropped a little bit.
they can't hear you over there. You have to talk on the mic. Chiefs are my number 2 team, and then obviously number 1, the Bills.
I'm cool with Bills not
I'm
being
cool with
dethroned
Bills.
yet.
I don't like the Chiefs being
I don't
that
like
high,
the Chiefs
but-
being that. You already know how my feelings about the Chiefs.
You
they're
did-
in my,
you
they're in
do
the
say
top
they're
10.
overrated.
They're in the top 10 for me. The Chiefs are, but they are not
Where
in
would
the
they-
top 5.
They're not in the top 5.
No, they are not in the top 5.
Okay. That's. I don't agree with that, but okay.
Sorry to disappoint you. I'm not like giving full disrespect to the Chiefs. I just don't think.
I mean,
the Chiefs
so
are
what? Would they be
overly
like?
aggressive.
Would they be like number 6?
I mean, I can make a top 10, and we'll see where they lie.
Man,
We'll see where they lie.
I don't think the Chiefs have lost a single step. Yeah, they lost to the Colts, but again, did they play? Are they a worse team than the Colts? Did they play worse than the Colts? The Bills lost to the Dolphins. Did they play worse than the Dolphins? I don't think the Bills lost a step at all. I think that was a pretty bad game. Josh Allen made a lot of mistakes. I think if they would have got that spike down, they would have won the game.
But you think
I don't say there's
Yeah,
no
like
guarantees.
That
he
that
makes
field goal is
field
not a
goal.
guarantee.
that also would have
That's
been
at
like
least
a 60-yard field goal.
Kickers have been missing field goals left and right.
If he gets out, it's let me think. It was at like the 47, 40. Yeah, it's about
it would-
55 yards. 55
Wow,
yards.
Logan, you're a lot better at math than I thought you were. Very impressed.
Just add
I
seven,
thought you were
bro.
a moron.
Add-
You are very smart.
10 and 7. That's all you gotta do.
Interesting.
There's gonna be a lot of people saying the Eagles to be number 1.
Yeah.
But if
There's
the
going to be a
Eagles,
lot of people that are going to. This is your first controversial one of the year. There's going to be people very mad that the Dolphins are not in your top five.
Clearly,
which I want to make it clear I'm cool with for right now. Them not being, they would not be in my top five yet. They would. I like number 6 actually. That's where I would have them.
TJ, for what it's worth, as much as we argued over it, the only one I don't like is the Chargers where they're at.
I don't walked away for the Chiefs one.
Yeah, I walked away from. I meant like I don't like the Chiefs. I don't like the other one.
Okay. What about?
But we all agreed we don't really like the Chiefs.
if the Eagles and Bills played right now, who do you have winning?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's
Do they play
the
this
thing.
year?
I don't
Uh-huh.
think.
Did they play this year?
Probably not.
I don't think so. That's the thing. That's why I have the Bills at number 1. The Bills haven't shown any loss from losing to the Dolphins.
The thing is, it's just very early yet, and we see teams at times go on these tears. And for the Eagles, no, maybe it's not just an early tear, and no, maybe they won't fall off. But just from what we've seen last year, I mean, obviously the moves they made in the offseason were very good. Making the secondary stronger, bringing in A.J. Brown, the trades that they made, really good. And Jalen Hurts has clearly made a step up from his rookie and sophomore season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts is
So,
looking
like,
really. I mean, yeah, the
He's
whole
an
team's
MVP
looking so
candidate
good,
right now. He
but-
might be leading in the MVP candidate right now.
It's like,
Behind
I just
Lamar
want
Jackson. I don't know.
to, like, I just want to keep seeing it a little bit more, but like, my eyes are on them. I respect them. I have them higher than you do. I mean, honestly, I would actually have them at number 2. I would have them at 2.
Question for TJ:
Hmm.
If the Chargers go into Houston this week,
Hmm.
okay, and they lose,
Mm-hmm.
are they off the top 10?
No.
We'll see you all in the next video.
It is aggressive. Well, it's so hard to have a team you have at 3 to just get out of the top 10 in
I was gonna
1
say
week.
that's one game. It's like, what if everybody else?
Well, at
loses?
that point, it'd be 2
It's
games.
losses to the Jags.
I know, but what if the Bucks
Then
also lose? Like, who do the
you'd
Bucks
be the
play?
Colts at that
you know?
point if you did that. You know that.
Huh?
If they lost to the Texans, also they'd pretty much be the Colts.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
Even worse, actually.
You got. I mean, it's tough. Like, does every other team win? Does every other team lose? That's
It's
you
the
gotta.
fact that they would have lost. It's the fact that they would have lost 3 games now, and they're already this beat up. And
Yeah, but I mean, it's also what the other teams do. It's not okay. The Chargers lose the
but
Texans.
it's
They automatically.
Houston who has yet to
Yeah,
win a
but
game.
if every other team loses, I can't bump everyone else out and the Chargers. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, are the Chargers like
I don't-
taking
the
a
thing is,
massive?
I just look at the Chargers and I'm like, man, last year they had an insane roster. Didn't even make the playoffs. This year they got even better. Like, now they have injuries.
granted, this time it's injuries. It's
but
not
that whole
necessarily
division
their
and
fault.
AFC got better. So it's like, I don't know if they can keep up.
Ironically enough, the Raiders still haven't won
I was
a
gonna
game
say
yet.
we thought that, but like on the other hand, I feel like they're actually not as dominant as I was expecting.
That AFC
No,
West
none
is
of the
a
AFC
massive
West.
letdown.
Yeah,
I say I have the Chargers over the Broncos.
Look at the Raiders. Raiders are my most disappointing team.
You know
in the
what?
league right
I will
now.
even say this. I'd say the Chargers are over the Broncos right now. I'll agree with TJ on that.
I have the Chargers over the Raiders.
Broncos just scored their first touchdown in the red zone. Actually, first points in the red zone.
Yeah.
It's the AFC West is a struggle right now,
And it's not in the way we thought it was going to be at
Yeah,
all.
no.
All right.
But then, yeah, the Chiefs are ahead of them, right? You have to agree with that, right?
They're 2-1. I mean, what are you trying to say? Ahead of the Chargers?
Yeah.
if you guys don't know, me and Tom made a $100 bet on if the Chiefs or Chargers are going to win the division the other day. So
Let's go, baby.
can't wait
Let's
to be
go
$200.
That will be in the vlog. We posted that yesterday. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. That has been TJ's top 10 teams going into week 4.
That's a fun one.
That
We
was a
will
heated
see
one right
you
there.
next week after the Chargers win. Peace.